Now, how about them damn Celtics?
All right, we're back with another Boston Celtics video. Today we're talking about Anfernee Simons. Anfernee Simons, since having joined the Celtics, has been having discussions with Joe Mazzulla about his defense. He talked more about it yesterday. He talked about it at Media Day as well. Media Day, he said, yeah, they kind of, sat me down and said, if you want to play on this team, you have to play defense. And he said, I think it's just a matter of trying harder and, putting that more extra effort in. And at practice the other day, he talked about how this is something he's sort of having a more attention to detail here than he has in other places. He talked about what he's learned in Boston. He's talked about what they've, been focusing on with him. And it sounds like there's going to be an extra emphasis put in that area of Anfernee Simons' game.
He's going to have to. I mean, that's been the thing all summer. We talked about it since the Celtics traded for him. It's like, if he's going to stick with the Celtics or be a big part of the rotation this year, he's going to have to become a better defender. And to be honest, we've never seen anybody play under Joe Mazzulla consistently that hasn't been a good defender. I mean, granted, the Celtics have had a luxury pretty much ever since he took over the job where the roster has been very good. And they've had very good players up and down and very good defenders up and down. And this is the first year, like, there are some guys who are a little bit more one-dimensional. But even so, somebody like Peyton Pritchard didn't see consistent minutes until, one, the actual roster allowed for him to see those minutes. But two, he became a really gritty defender. Like, when he was playing a lot of minutes last year, it was partly because he was trying to defend and really working his ass off. Like, he's always been a bulldog type player, but that's something that separates him from Anfernee Simons right now. With that being said, everything we've seen from Simons has been great. Like, his attitude's been great. He's very malleable right now. Seems like he's willing to work, willing to learn, willing to become a better player, willing to do whatever the team needs to win. And I'm curious to see how much he walks the walk after talking the talk, because it's so easy to just go in front of the microphone and say whatever people want to hear. It's another thing to do it and to go into practice every day and work hard. But it seems like the consensus around him, at least from Mazzulla too, has been positive, right?
Yeah, I mean, from what Anfernee Simons said yesterday, he was asked about, how Joe approached the conversation. Did he start it? Did Anfernee start it? And Anfernee Simons said, yeah, he brought it up, as in Joe brought it up. He said, obviously in his Joe way, he's going to be taking jabs, just talking smack to you, but I enjoy it. That's the challenge. That's what he's challenging me with. So I'm taking on the challenge. You can smack talk to me all day about it. I'm going to take it in and just try to be better the next day. That's what we've been doing. Just a simple conversation like that. Excuse me. Also talked about sort of, trying to be in passing lanes more, trying to, time up steals a little bit better and things of that nature. And listen, I don't know when it, excuse me, Anfernee Simons' defense is going to look like. He's a freak athlete. Like that's my biggest thing in the NBA. If you are billed as this freak athlete, there's no excuse to be a bad defender, right? Like there's never an excuse to be a bad defender in the NBA. I've said it a million times. Like I think all of these guys are incredible athletes. Like they should all be able to hold up on that side of the ball. But if one of your things is you're a great athlete, defense should be one of the best things in your game because you have an inherent advantage on other guys who are trying, to get by you. And so I think Anfernee Simons has all the physical tools to be a fine, solid NBA defender. Up to this point, I wonder if it's just been a matter of that's not something teams he's been on have prioritized with him, or if it's a, in Portland, we have all these great defenders focus on offense type thing, but that's not what the Celtics have built their model on. And you obviously hear it from Simons at Media Day being like, yeah, they said, you got to try. Like that's kind of just the end of the day. What's going to have to happen here if you want to play in the rotation? Said Joe's been talking smack to at practice. Said Joe also said, you're probably better than people give you credit for, but that's not something he's going to, try to focus on because he wants to be better in general. But listen, man, if he wants to play in Boston, he has to play defense, and we're not going to get to see what it looks like until training camp until the preseason games start, until the regular season starts. But it sounds like he's taking it to heart.
It would be funny if he was just not in the rotation. Like the preseason starts and he hasn't earned it yet, and we've spent all this time gassing him up and talking about it. It is funny though. Like I somewhat disagree on the defense thing, where like everybody in the NBA should be able to play defense to a degree, yes. But like you mentioned, these are all the best athletes in the world, and like if you are undersized, it's going to affect you. Like you're not going to be able to switch on to everybody. With that being said, Anfernee Simons is not undersized. He's what, 6'4", 6'7" wingspan. He's not tiny. Like, he has a good amount of muscle on him. Seeing him at media day up close, like, he's built out pretty well. He has the tools to defend. Like, for him, there is no excuse. And what you said applies to him. He should at the very least be able to be disruptive when he's guarding guards. If you want him to get switched on to somebody like Karl-Anthony Towns, maybe it's a little bit more difficult. He's not going to do the Drew Holiday thing where you can just match him up on guys in the post. Like, we've all been so spoiled for like the last decade now because Marcus Smart was on the team and then they replaced him with Drew Holiday, who could do a lot of those switches, guarding bigger players, defending the post really well. Like, you won't get that from Simons, but you may get some sneaky, like, disruptive Derek White type perimeter defense. Because Derek White's the same way. Like, he's a, granted, far different defender than Anfernee Simons, far better defender, all NBA, all defensive level defender. But I still don't trust him to get switched on to bigger players. I just don't. I mean, it doesn't usually go well. Jimmy Butler's targeted him in playoff series, etc. Like, it's happened.
Yeah, not everybody can switch on to everybody. And I'm not saying everybody needs to be this elite defender, but like, there's no excuse for any height or anything. Look at TJ McConnell. Look at Peyton Pritchard. Like, these guys are sub 5 foot and they're fine defenders. They hold up. Like, my point is, Anfernee Simons is a above average athlete, and if you are that, you like find a way to be effective on the defensive end. And this isn't like meant to be coming at Anfernee Simons. Like, I do think he's working on it. I do think it's something they've talked about. He talked about it at practice. He said it's one of the first things when I got here. Being a playmaker in that way, stabbing at balls, trying to steal the ball, looking at passing lanes, being in the right spot every time. That's one of the things that we drilled the first 4 weeks I was here before training camp. Those are some things I never really worked on or been taught. So I was happy that that was the focus, and we could see the impact of those 4 weeks just working on this stuff. So clearly this is something that hasn't been, drilled into him at any other point in his career, and he's figuring it out now, which is a good thing. But if you have the tools, you should be able to compete on that side of the ball. And he does have the tools, so he should be able to compete on that side of the ball. And I'm excited to see what it looks like, especially when you consider it's going to be in the structure of a Celtics defense that has been successful for a decade plus now. And for all the guys they lost at the big man spot, like losing Al Horford, losing Kristaps is a brutal, for the defense. Losing Cornette's brutal for the defense. We're going to have to rely on Nemi, but Derek White's still an all-NBA defender. Jaylen Brown still damn near an all-NBA defender. Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser hold up well on that end. Like, they've still got guys who can defend their ass off. Chris Boucher is a good defender. Like, he should be playing in a structure where he can have success on that side of the ball. And I think that's important.
I mean, if you need evidence of that, just look at Portland. Like, if you listen to this show regularly, I've brought it up several times. Like, Portland was a good defensive team, one of the best defensive teams in the NBA last March through the end of the season after the All-Star break, whatever. And he was playing. Like, they were doing that with him in the lineups. So he's somebody that can fit into a good defensive system. The question is he willing to be an essential part or a more important part of that defensive system? And if he is, that could really separate him and probably help extend his NBA career, because we're starting to see more and more offensive-minded guards just lose value. Like, Colin Sexton getting traded for Yusuf Nurkic is just crazy. And they had to attach a pick to Colin Sexton to go get Yusuf Nurkic from the Hornets, who for years has been looked at as one of the not great contracts to have on your roster in the NBA. So the fact that somebody that is talented like Sexton, similar play style to Simons, is a very negative asset in that sense should be eye-opening for Simons as an individual, and be like, man, I need to add something to my game so teams have a reason to keep paying me more money to stay in the NBA.
Yeah, man. He's got to play defense. He's got to play defense if he wants to get on the floor for Joe Mazzulla. Let us know what you think of the whole situation. Appreciate you for tuning in. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll let Sam take it out.
Yeah, thank you very much for listening and watching. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe. We are here every single day with new stuff. Full pods drop Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Game recaps up the morning after each game. And other videos are here in between to keep you up to date with all things Celtics. You can find the two of us on Spotify and Apple as well. All pods and game recaps are there, audio only. So if you want just audio stuff, go ahead, follow to go right to your feed. Leave a 5-star review. We'd appreciate that very, very much. You can email us, hbtcpod@gmail.com. Tell us what you're most excited about heading into preseason game 1 next, what is it, Wednesday they start? Yeah, Wednesday. Should be a fun time. You can find our socials at How About Them C's for Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Facebook's the name of the podcast. All streams are there. They're on YouTube. They're on Twitter. Twitter's Jack's1NBA. Mine's at Sam LaFrance NBA. That's it for us.